The real secret to success, right? Here's something that'll absolutely blow your mind. You know, it separates the people who actually make it from those who just dream about it. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even having the right connections. It's something so simple, yet 99% of people get it completely wrong. Picture this. Yeah, you've got two people. Both want to start a business. Both have the same idea, the same resources, even the same opportunities. But one becomes a millionaire, whilst the other gives up after 6 months, bitter and broke. What's the difference? I'm about to share with you the 10 absolute game-changing rules that separate the winners from the wannabes. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll never look at success the same way again. But here's the thing. Most people are just chasing the next shiny trend, aren't they? They're trying to make a quick buck without actually loving what they do. And you know what happens? They burn out faster than a cheap candle. Look, I get it. Making money is important. Dead important. Some people put money at the very top of their priority list. And ironically, they usually end up skint. Others push money so far down their list that they never make any at all. If you're serious about being an entrepreneur, you've absolutely got to learn how to make money. But here's what nobody tells you. I've made over 10,000 videos. 10,000, and I'm still going strong. Why? Because I bloody love it. Passion comes first. Then you figure out how to monetize it. If you're serious about being an entrepreneur, you've absolutely got to learn how to make money. But here's what nobody tells you. I've made over 10,000 videos. 10,000, and I'm still going strong. Why? Because I bloody love it. Passion comes first. Then you figure out how to monetize it. If you're only chasing the money, you're competing against people who genuinely love what they do. And mate, you'll never win against someone who loves their craft because they'll spend more time perfecting it, learning from failures, and pushing through when things get tough. You've got to love the thing. Now, I want you to try something with me. For the next 30 days, watch one motivational video every morning. Proper commitment. Yeah, it's like your morning cup of tea, but for your ambitions. Get your day started with a massive boost of positivity and belief. If you're up for this challenge, drop a hashtag, believe in the comments below. I want to celebrate with every single one of you, right? Let's dive into these 10 rules that'll completely transform how you approach success. Rule number 1, find your true purpose. How do you actually find your purpose? Because everyone bangs on about it, but nobody really explains how, do they? Your purpose, ... It comes from your pain. That's the raw truth of it. Think about the most painful moment you've experienced as a human being. Not physical pain, like breaking your arm or stubbing your toe. I'm talking about emotional agony. Those moments when you felt absolutely worthless, like you had no point in existing, like you were completely lost. We've all been there, haven't we? That rock bottom feeling where everything seems hopeless. But here's the beautiful thing. You've grown from that experience. You've come out stronger. You might not be exactly where you want to be yet. None of us are, because we're constantly evolving, but you're miles better than you used to be. Whether that was 6 months ago, a year ago, or 5 years ago. And right now, there are loads of people who are exactly where you used to be. They're struggling with the same pain, the same challenges, the same feelings of hopelessness that you once faced. Your purpose is to help them. You might be thinking, but I'm not some world-famous guru or motivational speaker. I'm not qualified to help anyone. Bollocks. You can help the person you used to be in ways that the big names can't. You understand their pain intimately because you've lived it. You know exactly what it feels like to be in their shoes because you've worn them. If you think back to who you were 5 years ago, you've got knowledge, experience, and insights that could completely change someone's life. That previous version of yourself would give anything to have access to what you know now. There are people out there right now who are desperately searching for the exact solution you can provide. They need to hear from someone who's been where they are, not just someone who's always had it easy. That's your purpose calling. Rule number 2, actively seek feedback. Let me tell you about something that completely transformed my entire approach to success. I hired this agent, absolute powerhouse of a bloke. In 6 years, he helped me go from 9,000 subscribers to 2.4 million. Now I'm sitting at 3.5 million, which is still mind-blowing to think about. What did he bring to the table that I was missing? He kicked my arse. Properly. This guy would watch my videos and tell me exactly where I was rubbish. He's a proper New Yorker, right? So he starts with that energy. And from there, he doesn't care about your feelings. He cares about you succeeding, but he won't coddle you. He'd be like, all right, you want to get better? This is what you need to do, tease beat. It's terrible. And he'd just lay it out straight. Being Canadian and all, I was used to a bit more kindness and compassion and feedback. But honestly, I needed that direct approach. I remember in our first few weeks together, he gave me an assignment. Create a foundation story video. Make a video explaining how I got started and what I'm doing. So I recorded a 20 to 40-minute version. Sent it to him in the morning. He gave me feedback. I recorded it again at lunch. Feedback, recorded it again at dinner, more feedback. 3 times a day, like clockwork. 40 takes of this bloody video. Each one 20 to 40 minutes long. Not some quick 30-second thing. Proper, in-depth content. Then he'd give me something else to work on, and I'd do it again. And again. And again. Just putting in the reps on whatever my coach was telling me to fix. I thought I was already pretty decent, you know. I'd been making videos for 6 years. Figured I'd learn a little bit, but it wouldn't be too challenging. I was completely wrong. I couldn't do the things he was telling me to do straight away. It's like if Cristiano Ronaldo showed you how to take a perfect free kick. He'd demonstrate it, make it look effortless, then pass you the ball and say, right, your turn. You wouldn't be able to replicate it immediately, would you? Maybe never to his level. But you'd get better every single time you tried. The thing is, you don't improve just by listening to advice. If Ronaldo explained the perfect free kick technique, but you never actually practiced, you'd never get any better at taking free kicks. The biggest gap between mentors and students isn't knowledge, it's action. The mentors give advice, but the students don't do the work. I did the work. I wasn't the most naturally talented, but I kept doing the bloody work. Rule number 3, monetize your passion. Here's a question I get all the time. I'm passionate about something, but it's not exactly a moneymaker. Can you still be a successful entrepreneur if you're not 100% passionate about what you're selling? Let me be brutally honest with you. I don't think you win when you're not excited about what you're selling, especially as an entrepreneur. Could you find little pockets of opportunity? Sure. Will you end up making serious money? Probably not. Why? Because you're competing against people who absolutely love doing that thing. If you're trying to write a book just to make money, and let's be real, you do unusually make loads from books anyway. You're going up against authors who genuinely love the craft of writing. They'll outwork you every time. Starting an interview show or podcast, you better love talking to people, because you're competing against hosts who are genuinely fascinated by human stories and conversations. You might find small opportunities here and there, but long term, you won't win against people who are genuinely passionate about what they do. But here's what most people don't realize. They have no idea how their passion could turn into money. When I started making videos, I never thought this would become a career. Never in a million years. I'm sitting here now with a team of 42 people, running a proper business that started from me just mucking about with a camera. That's absolutely mental when you think about it. People used to say video games were a complete waste of time. Now there are people making 7 figures playing games, streaming, creating gaming content. Makes me wish he'd stuck with my Super Mario career. Might V turned that into something brilliant. We judge these things too quickly. Oh, that'll never make money. How do you know? Really? How do you know what will or won't be profitable? If you're passionate about something, you get to become world-class at it. And I believe the only way to become truly world-class is to love what you're doing. When you become world-class at something, opportunities start opening up everywhere because there's always room for quality at the top. The key is understanding that passion leads to excellence, and excellence leads to opportunities. Rule number 4. Serve others relentlessly. Serving others is hardwired into us. It's not just feel-good nonsense, it's actual science. They've had done functional misses on people's brains and discovered that serving others activates the same parts of the brain as eating food or having sex. These are fundamental human needs, and serving others taps into that same reward system. It's literally built into our biology to help each other. But there is a massive difference between small acts of service buying coffee for the person behind you in the queue. Holding a door open, those little daily kindnesses, and the deep fulfillment that comes from helping people through something you've experienced yourself. I love helping entrepreneurs because I struggled so much. Just one myself. I actually quit on my first business partner for a day. Came back the next morning. But that was genuinely the lowest point of my life. Felt like a complete failure. I don't want other entrepreneurs to suffer and struggle the way I did. I want to make their journey easier, smoother, less painful. Same with helping introverts step up and find their voice. How does someone shy and introverted get on stage and talk to 2,000 people? How do they build a channel with 300 million views? I'm still figuring it out myself, but I've done it. And sharing that journey can inspire other introverts to believe it's possible for them too. The pain you've gone through can either define you negatively, keeping you stuck and trapped in that victim mentality, or it can define you positively, becoming your superpower for serving others who are currently suffering from the same thing. Your greatest struggles become your greatest strengths when you use them to help others. That's exactly how I found my purpose, and I bet it's how you'll find yours too. When you realize that your worst experiences can become someone else's greatest breakthrough, everything changes. Rule number 5. Choose great over good. If you're feeling overwhelmed because there are too many things happening in your life, the solution is simple. Cut some things out. Focus on what's actually priority in your life. If you're overwhelmed by the how of achieving your goals, stop thinking about it so much and just start doing something. The how is going to change a million times anyway as you learn and adapt. If you're overwhelmed because you've got too much on your plate, then you need to cut back on some activities so you can focus on building the life you actually want. Here's where it gets tricky though. This is where good becomes the enemy of great. If something in your life was absolutely terrible, you'd eliminate it immediately, wouldn't you? If you joined a group where everyone just shouted at you the entire time, you'd leave because nobody wants to be treated that way. The problem is, most things in our lives aren't terrible. They're just ... good. And good prevents us from doing great things. You might need to look at your calendar. I do this constantly, and ask yourself some tough questions. Should I keep doing Instagram lives? Should I keep having these weekly team meetings? Should I keep attending this networking group? It's a constant evaluation. You have to be willing to let go of the good to make room for the great. This isn't easy. Good feels safe. Good feels comfortable. Good doesn't challenge you or push you outside your comfort zone. But great requires sacrifice. Great requires saying no to opportunities that seem decent but don't align with your bigger vision. Great requires being ruthless with your time and energy. Rule number 6. Master the art of connection. People always tell me I'm a master networker, which is hilarious because I'm actually quite introverted and shy. I don't strike up conversations on airplanes. I don't randomly chat with strangers. But apparently, I do something that works brilliantly for building genuine connections. I call it being a chief goal officer. Instead of focusing on what I can get from people, I focus on what they need and how I can help them achieve their goals. It's dead simple, really. I pay attention to what people are posting on social media, what's in their bio, what they're talking about publicly. Then I try to help them with my skills, or I make connections that might benefit them. I remember being at this event with a mate who had a great YouTube channel about charisma and social skills. It was his first time at this particular event, so he didn't know anyone. I started introducing him to people I knew who might be valuable connections for him. There was this other creator who did interviews and was looking for interesting guests. Perfect match. So I introduced them. My mate mentioned he was exploring funding options for his business. I remembered meeting a woman at a previous event who invested in content creators. Another introduction mate. I wasn't trying to be some networking guru. I was just listening for people's goals and trying to help however I could. The beautiful thing about this approach is that it doesn't feel like networking at all. You're not being slimy or you're genuinely trying to help people succeed. And they remember that. When you help others achieve their goals, they naturally want to help you achieve yours. It's not about keeping score. It's about building genuine relationships based on mutual support and shared success. Rule number 7. Think strategically about content. Here's a content strategy that's absolutely genius, and most people never think of it. Instead of creating sales content that nobody wants to watch, create valuable content featuring people who already love working with you. Let's say you've got a certification program. Rather than making a boring video saying, "Here's my new certification, you should sign up," you bring on someone who's just completed it. Here's Susan. She's just finished our blockchain certification. Susan, welcome. Now Susan's going to naturally talk about the certification without it feeling like a sales pitch. Oh my God, your certification was brilliant. I learned so much. You're not selling, you're providing value by helping Susan with her next steps. But the audience is learning about your certification organically because Susan is talking about what she learned in Module 4, or how a particular concept helped her business. This works for any product or service you offer. Free downloads, courses, consulting. You can create content around helping your existing customers, and it naturally showcases what you do. The content is easy to create because you don't need to script it or prepare extensively. You just show up with your expertise. Your customer asks questions you've answered hundreds of times before, and you help them in real time. It's authentic, valuable, and subtly promotional, all at the same time. Your audience gets to see you in action, which is far more powerful than any testimonial or sales page could ever be. Rule number 8. Discover what lights you up. I think entrepreneurial characteristics emerge when someone has a strong reason why. Anyone can become an entrepreneur if they have a compelling enough reason. Growing up, entrepreneurship wasn't really a thing, was it? When I was young, I'm 42 now, there weren't classes about starting businesses. Nobody talked about being an entrepreneur. It wasn't even a common word. Now every teenager wants to be a YouTuber or start their own business. If they're not making 6 figures by 80, they think they've failed at life. It was completely different for my generation. You had to be a bit mad to choose entrepreneurship because it basically meant you were unemployable. I had entrepreneurial tendencies though. Selling baseball cards at trade shows, buying something for 1 OP, and selling it for 2 quid. I loved that process of finding value and connecting with people, but I still thought I wanted to be a VP at a bank. That was actually in my school yearbook, VP at a bank in 10 years. Everything changed when I went to university and met people who'd started their own business. Suddenly, I had to choose. Take my dream job in investment banking, making 6 figures straight out of college, or own 30% of a startup and make £300 a month. That was honestly the hardest decision of my life. I chose a startup because I realized I'd do rather know and fail than spend the rest of my life wondering, what if? I didn't want to be 40 years old, which seemed ancient to me at the time. Regret not at least trying. It was brutal, some of the worst years of my life. But eventually, we had an exit, and everything turned around. The key is paying attention to what makes you feel alive. I felt alive selling baseball cards. Was that going to change the world or make me a millionaire? No. But the seeds were there. The process of finding opportunities, connecting with people, creating value. Many people get stuck in traditional paths that are unright for them because they're scared to explore what truly energizes them. Rule number 9. Take immediate action on ideas. When I get an idea, I take immediate action. No procrastination, no overthinking, no waiting for the perfect moment. Most people get overwhelmed because they think they need to figure out the entire plan before they start. They focus so much on the complete roadmap that it blocks them from actually creating anything. Instead of trying to map out every single step, focus on what I need to do right now. What's the very next action I can take? Just recently, I was at an event and came up with ideas for 4 new shows. 1 for the gaming community, 1 for the NFT community, 2 for entrepreneurs. I got inspired during someone else's presentation. For the next 2 hours, I completely ignored the speaker and focused entirely on messaging people who might be good fits for these shows. I wasn't worried about all the details, what technology we'd use, how we'd structure it, what the format would be. I just focused on the first step, finding people to collaborate with. By the end of that day, I'd met someone from my NFT community at a cafe to discuss one show, got on a Zoom call with someone from the gaming community, and connected with an entrepreneur about doing something together. Immediate action on something that could have taken months or years to properly plan. All those what-if scenarios. What if they say no? What if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't work? It's solved by just doing stuff. Taking imperfect action creates momentum, and momentum solves problems that planning never could. The ultimate failure isn't making mistakes or having things not work out perfectly. The ultimate failure is doing nothing at all. You need to commit to taking action, especially when you can involve someone else. Tell someone you'll meet them at the gym tomorrow, or ask someone to be on your podcast. When they say yes, you're committed. Even if you wake up the next morning thinking, what have I done? You have to follow through. That's the power of commitment and immediate action. Rule number 10. Break through limiting beliefs. Every major breakthrough I've ever had came from breaking through a limiting belief. Either one I had about myself or one that other people tried to impose on me. When I was 19 with my first software company, I was making about 300 pounds a month and barely surviving. The biggest thing holding me back was this story I told myself. I'm 19 selling scientific software. I was rubbish at science in school. I am selling to people 2 to 3 times my age. They'll never listen to me. That belief was completely unconscious. Most limiting beliefs are, you don't actively recognize you're telling yourself these stories. It wasn't until I broke through that belief and realized the truth. They don't care how old I am or what I studied in school. All they care about is whether I can help them solve their problem. And I could. Our software genuinely helped them. Later, when big brands started approaching me, I had the same issue. Microsoft wanted to work with me, and instead of being excited, I thought, who am I to work with Microsoft? I'm just one person. They have huge budgets and massive teams. Then I realized I could actually offer them tremendous value. My small size was actually an advantage. I could be more agile, more personalized, more focused than their huge internal teams. We hold ourselves back from amazing opportunities because of the stories we tell ourselves. The first step is awareness, recognizing that you're limiting yourself rather than blaming external circumstances. Other people, the economy, your education, or whatever excuse feels convenient. As long as you tell yourself those victim stories, you'll always stay exactly where you are. You have to combine inspiration with action. You can read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts, and get incredibly motivated. But none of that matters if you don't take consistent action. Most people get stuck because they feel hopeless. So step 1 is injecting hope and possibility back into your mindset. Step 2 is taking dedicated, consistent action. Not every step will be perfect. You'll make loads of mistakes. But what matters most is that you do something about your situation rather than just thinking about it. Hashash, the power of asking for help. One thing that held me back early on was trying to figure everything out myself. I felt embarrassed asking for help. Too proud to admit I didn't have all the answers. Having that ILL figure it out myself attitude is unentirely bad. It shows determination and so, but you don't have to do everything alone. Whether it's asking successful people for advice, joining communities, listening to podcasts, reading books, or attending events. Even if an event is disappointing and you learn nothing, if you keep going to events, you'll eventually pick up something valuable. Every time I try to figure something out completely on my own, I eventually succeed. But it takes forever. When I ask for help, especially in areas where I'm starting from scratch, I can dramatically shorten my learning curve. If I want to learn digital marketing or lead generation, I could spend months figuring it out through trial and error. Or I could ask someone who's already mastered it to show me the most effective path. I probably still don't ask for help enough. None of us do. But recognizing that you do, you won't have to do everything by yourself. And should you want to do everything by yourself, it's a crucial skill for any entrepreneur. Overcoming perfectionism. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I lost a £40 million deal when I was in my 20s because of perfectionism. And it's been a constant battle ever since. If this conversation had happened 10 years ago, I would have asked for all your questions in advance. I would have wanted prepared answers, because my biggest fear is disappointing people. That perfectionist mindset leads to overthinking, over-planning, and then nothing actually happens. The problem with having perfectly prepared answers is that they sound rehearsed and inauthentic. You get polished responses, but you lose the real, genuine connection that comes from spontaneous conversation. It was terrifying for me to trust in the moment, to believe that all my preparation and experience would come through naturally without having everything scripted. But learning to let go of the perfect plan and trust that great ideas will flow through you. That's where the magic happens. Think about where you were 5 years ago. Would that version of you have believed you'd be where you are today? Probably not. If you can't predict where you'll be in 5 years based on your growth and learning, it means you're thinking too small about what you're capable of achieving. Planning has its place, but it's definitely not the first step. And judging yourself for not having a perfect plan before you start is a mistake I made constantly. I am just trying to make it a bit easier for the next generation to avoid those same pitfalls. Building unstoppable momentum. Most people have big dreams and good intentions. They're curious about opportunities. They have heart and soul. They're doing things for the right reasons, yet they still don't take action. Why? Because fear gets in the way. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But the biggest thing people are missing is momentum. Just pure, unstoppable momentum. When we started, we weren't great either. My first video was absolutely rubbish. I made 350 public videos before I could even watch them back, because looking at them made me feel too embarrassed. But we started, and we kept going. That's the secret. You just need to start. There is no perfect beginning, no ideal moment, no magical alignment of circumstances. You just need to get one foot out the door and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn. Make mistakes, fall down, get back up, and keep going. Most people are waiting for permission, waiting for confidence, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Stop waiting. Start moving. You'll figure it out as you go, but you can't figure out anything if you never begin. The biggest gap between successful people and everyone else isn't talent, connections, or luck. It's simply the willingness to start before you're ready and keep going when it gets difficult. That's what separates the winners from the dreamers. And if you've watched this far, you're already different from most people. You're investing in yourself, learning, growing, preparing for something bigger. Now go take that first step. Your future self is counting on it. Remember, if you're serious about transformation, watch one motivational video every morning for the next 30 days. Make it your new habit, like brushing your teeth, but for your ambitions. Drop that hashtag believe in the comments if you're committed to this journey. I want to celebrate every single person who's ready to level up their life. Your time is now. Make it count. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.